Hello and welcome to Destiny Digits. This is the life path reading for life path number 9. You guys know you are the humanitarians, you are the givers. Just very kind. You really care about making sure that spaces are healing and put together and people have access to things. You really just want to balance out the existence that people have on earth, and you're just very fair beings, very generous. First card out we have is relaxation, followed by truth, and patience. Bottom of the deck is stand still. Okay. And so currently right now, maybe things in life are at a standstill and it appears like, whatever you are hoping to see take place, maybe it's not happening in the way or at the pace that you thought. And so in this standstill, I feel like Spirit is saying to use this time to do something beneficial for you. So if something right now is at a standstill, Spirit is saying, 1, relax, find time to balance, purge, and reflect, right? So really relax in your own energy, balance, get rid of any stuff within that you don't need. Spirit is saying that you are to move in a new direction. Next to relaxation, we have traveler, move in a new direction. So maybe you were questioning about whether this was something that you were being called to do. So this could be confirmation that yes, you are to move in a new direction. So if you are in a space where things have not been working out, Spirit is saying just relax, something new is coming for you, right? And then we have truth. Exchange energy to create abundance. And so I almost feel like this is the truth that as a 9 you live by. You understand that it is through others and it is with others that we create what we desire, right? Which is why you are so generous in working with people, because you know it will continue. It's a domino effect. And then we have High Priestess, patience. Harness mystic power. Bottom of the deck, we have winter. Take care of your needs. All right. So kind of mentioned that a little bit, but I was saying that in this current space, in this standstill, this is when Spirit wants you to focus on you, right? So this is where you get to prepare yourself for what comes after, when things really start to present themselves. So in this standstill, this is about taking care of your own needs. This is about relaxing, moving in a new direction. So if you've been stressed, if you've been unclear about what to do or how to do it, all will come to you, right? But relax yourself. Understand that when you lead with truth and when you understand how people should, govern themselves and work with others, when you understand the benefit of that and that's what you lead yourself by, all will be well, right? So Spirit is saying have patience. Have patience in this time of unknown or in this time of stillness. Tap into the gifts that you have. So what is that? As a 9, this is High Priestess. This talks about mystic power. So that's about being very intuitive. 9s, you're selfless. You're selfless. You are empathetic. You are compassionate. But Spirit is just asking you to be patient, to be easy, to not be in a place where you were, full of expectations, and then we kind of get all bent out of shape when things don't go as we perceive them, right? So what you know to be true about your connection, your work with others, is what you are governing your life by. The shift that you're going through, this stillness, this is only a period. This is only a pause for you to strengthen yourself. All right. 2 extra. And then at the bottom of the deck, whoa, this is coming out of the Ten of Swords. Okay, so Ten of Swords in reverse. Ten of Swords talks about, feeling like we've hit rock bottom, right? And we didn't put those swords in our back, but people, places, and things have, right? So sometimes this could be betrayal. And normally we are betrayed by things, people, things that we have trust in. Okay. So if you are coming out of this energy, you're at the end of the cycle, you are healing, you're recovering, you're no longer at rock bottom. So this is where we're on this climb, right? This is where we're on the climb. This is like the comeback. Okay. And so this is where Spirit is saying to take care of what you need, take care of what you need to fulfill you. And this may not be a time of action. So either you may stand still or things are at a standstill. But nonetheless, in that space where nothing seems to be happening, work on you, right? We have this Knight of Wands energy. This is that passion, that push forward, that push to chase, to pursue, to go after everything that has got you fired up. We have the Wheel of Fortune, but in reverse, and this could talk about receiving misfortune. This could be a karma. What goes around comes around. And then we have this Magician. And so maybe you understand the truth about karma, and maybe you understand the appropriate way to work with others. And that is why you are the way you are, right? It's an energy exchange. And when you pour into others, you fill them up, and then they can go do the same. They can grow, they can expand. We can all do that for each other. But when you take from others, when you are leaving people at a deficit, nobody can build, grow, nobody can create when everybody is on E, right? And that is the truth. That is what pushes you, that is what propels you in your connections, in your commitments. And so as this Magician energy, you want to manifest opportunities where you can have healthy connections and healthy, things that you've created or established around this understanding. This is your desire. This is your passion. Now, it seems like in the past, you experienced situations with others where you felt like you were losing, or the situation was unjust, or the situation was unbalanced, right? It may have felt like you had dealt with some form of, or endured some sort of harshness, right? Maybe you dealt with people who tended to be a little ruthless and cold, and they didn't have the nature that you had. They didn't have that ability to put others first and to put self second. Not everybody has that. But it is in dealing with people like that we start to understand the gifts that we have, right? It's in meeting people who are harsh and cold and really only look out for themselves and don't lead with others in mind. It's when we're up against those energies that we really are learning about ourselves, our tolerances, our cutoffs, the boundaries that we need to have in place. And so if you dealt with harshness, if you dealt with things not being fair, not being balanced, if you dealt with situations where you always seem to be on the losing end, it is those situations where we have to persevere and have patience and really stay true in what we know, right? And once we understand that truth, once we come out on the other side, we now are more of a principled person. We understand how to go forward. We understand what we will not tolerate, but we also understand what we promote in relationships and connections with others. This is what we want to create. This is what we want to desire. And so Spirit is saying what was, and it may have felt unfair. It may have felt harsh. But it also propelled you to the understanding and the awareness you have now. And although, this Knight of Wands, this drive that you currently have, this is something that you had to overcome. You had to first be this wounded warrior, right? So you may have been in situations in the past that were very unfair. You could have felt targeted. You could have felt just taken advantage of every time you showed up with your energy. It was misused, or it was just a situation that depleted you of the best parts of you, right? And it helped you, but you were not able to see the appropriate way to respond. So here we are with this 8 of Swords. And this is where Spirit is asking you to come out of your mind, figure out how to get yourself out of this rock bottom. So I feel like that's where you are. You have come out of this mental prison, but it took you a while because you were so guarded, right? You were essentially kind of afraid based on what you had already been through. You didn't know what to do or where to go, or what am I supposed to be focusing on? What am I supposed to be creating? And so we have this King of Swords here, right? So we have a king, a queen, and a knight. We actually have a match, a queen and a king. So this is not everybody, but if you were in a relationship in your past, and if you became this person, this King of Swords energy, who was harsh and cold and, brute, because you had been so wounded and you didn't know how to free yourself from that cold space just because of what you've been through, that could be the energy that you're releasing yourself from at this rock bottom. Or if this was an energy that you had to go against, but you didn't know how to overcome it, and you didn't know how to free yourself or free your mind, that is something you're overcoming. So maybe it was the energy you had to possess for your own protection, or maybe it is the energy that you had to overcome to free yourself. But nonetheless, this is about taking care of yourself after going through something that seemed to deplete you in some way, but it was pushing you to have patience. It pushed you to understand your truth about what healthy connections, healthy commitments are really, what they really are about. It taught you what energy to accept, what energy to rid yourself of in this life, right? And it taught you to have faith in what you know to be true, right? So Spirit is saying newness is coming, right? You're coming out of this betrayal energy. And at times it may be a little scary. We may be guarded, but to be honest, that is an unnecessary. You don't have to guard yourself anymore, because what happens is supposed to happen for your growth. So sometimes when we guard ourselves to protect or to stop something from happening in the future, we ultimately are kind of shifting and changing and stopping our growth. We had 2 extra cards come out of the bottom. And so we have the 6 of Swords in reverse. The 6 of Swords talks about moving away, leaving the troubles behind, creating, moving into spaces of peace in our life. But in reverse, this is about not moving away and deciding to stand your ground, right? So if this is a situation, Spirit did ask you to stand still, to have patience, to rely on what you know to be true, but also to relax in what is to come. So if this is about you not leaving and fighting, or not giving up on the truth that you know, that you possess, the truth that you lead your life with, if this is about not leaving behind your own convictions, your own passion, then maybe that can apply. But I feel like Spirit is saying that in order to come out of this rock bottom, it'll be up to you. It will be up to you. Are you going to look what has been in the face and really declare it as you say it, as you see it to be true, right? Are you going to approach the truth honestly? Are you going to passionately protect it, right? Or do we decide that we would rather, move away? So do we move away or do we protect? And if this is about protecting you, take care of your own needs. Maybe you are in a situation where it's time for you to stand up and to be your own support system. Maybe you have nowhere that you can go to. And maybe that's why this is a time for you to kind of fight. And it's in this fight that you come out of this rock bottom type energy, where Spirit is saying, take care of your own needs. So only focus on what grows and supports you. Don't let anything distract you as you are exiting this space, as you are healing and putting yourself back together. Don't let anything distract you from you. Only focused on you. Relax, be patient with yourself. Honor the connections that you have with others and be true in the exchanges that you accept into your life. Not everybody has the purity and the intent that you do. All right, nines. Hopefully something in there was beneficial to you. Thank you for stopping by. Take care.